What's up, everybody? I'm gonna make a quick video today about keto. I'm gonna cover more on keto, but today we're gonna talk about MCT oil and bulletproof coffee. I start my day off with it every day, every morning. I always use it. It helps boost your fat intake for the day. Starts you off with a good amount of fat to boost you up. Helps get your macros to the right spot every day. Helps with inflammation. I know a lot of people complain about being constipated on keto because of all the cheese they eat. This helps with that as well. It also boosts your ketones levels higher. So for some people, it depends on the person. You have to do trial and error. It can allow you to take in more carbs a day, so you don't, you can go over the 20. That's the what they usually say is the requirement. You can go over that, but it just depends. It's trial and error. I use it when I know I'm going to have a cheat day, and it has always kept me in ketosis. And I think one day I took in almost 200 grams of carbs on a cheat day, and I stayed in ketosis. Now, I don't know how much that's contributed to using the MCT oil that day, because I used a double dosage. You have to start it a little bit at a time, because you don't know how your body's going to react. Some people react differently. It can cause stomach issues like cramping, or because it's literally absorbed immediately into your body because it's an oil. I use a powder right here. This is it. It's perfect keto vanilla MCT oil powder. Now, I know everybody's thinking, well, it's a powder, it has to be combined with something to make it a powder, because MCT oil is oily, and which it is. It's like a coconut oil. This is a medium chain triglyceride supplement, so it helps lower your bad cholesterol. Well, they do use something to bind it to make it a powder. They use something called acacia fiber, which from what I understand comes from a tree in Africa, Pakistan, stuff like that. It's made from the sap of the tree. If you look at the back here, let's try to get it turned right, you'll see the total grams of carbs says 2, but if you look at that dietary fiber, it also says 2. So it means this is actually 0 net grams of carbs. So it doesn't really affect your carb intake for the day on your net side. So you should be good with that. I know you're probably gonna say something about me smoking, but that's the next thing I'm gonna work on when I get all this weight off of me, is eliminating that. I just wanted to get a diet established before I tried, because last time I didn't, when I quit, and I quit for a year, and I gained 100 pounds because you just eat uncontrollably because you need something to do with your hands and mouth. You can get this stuff on Amazon. You can subscribe where you'll get 1 canister a month. This is supposed to be 30 servings, so it should last you a whole month. I use it more. Sometimes I use it twice a day. Sometimes it's once a day. It depends. It helps. It fills you because of all the fat. Now, not only do I add that to my coffee, but I also add butter. Well, that's why it's called Bulletproof coffee. The butter I use Kerry Gold or Plagora, which are both grass-fed European butters, and they're better, and they're more organic and better than if you go and buy Blue Bonnet or Country Crock or whatever American butter. And you can tell the difference when you handle the butter. Like the Kerry Gold and the Plagora will literally melt and start melting in your hands within seconds. So you can tell it's a more true butter. It's all grass-fed, so it works great. This is the coffee cup that I use to put my coffee in. And some people complain about clumps from the MCT oil powder. You can get clumps, but you got to stir it quickly. And once you stir it, I let it sit for a second, and I'll shake it up because this is a sealable coffee container, so it won't leak unless the seal is broke on the inside of the lid, which I just fix it. But I shake it up, and then I let it sit a little bit longer. And then I don't like my coffee too hot. So I'll add some cold water to it from my Brita filter container in my refrigerator. Just to top it off a little bit, I'll probably add about half a cup, maybe half a cup of cold water, so it cools it down, and that also helps break down the clumps that you'll get. The stuff is usable in protein shakes. That helps there. I haven't tried it in like a bottle of cold water yet. I have read where it does break down easier in the cold water. But this is a good way to kickstart your journey on keto. It'll help boost you into ketosis quicker. It boosts your ketones levels. It helps with the overall process. It aids in fat loss. The acacia fiber, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, actually keeps you fuller longer. And if you've been on keto for any period of time, or you're just starting, you'll notice that fat fills you up quicker, and you'll be able to go longer without eating during the day, which is the whole point of keto. This canister actually has 70 calories for a serving, which is 1 scoop. But you don't want to start at 1 scoop. You want to start at maybe a quarter of a scoop, and then work your way up. After a couple weeks, go to half a scoop, and 2 more weeks, go to a full scoop, and see how your body reacts to it. It has 7 grams of fat, which is good, and it has no protein. So it boosts your fat intake for the day along with butter. And Kerry Gold has 12 grams of fat per tablespoon. So you add a tablespoon of butter to the coffee as well, of butter, and that starts you out at almost 20 grams of fat for the day. So that's a good jump start to the day, because you're not gonna have any carbs in there that are gonna take you down or whatever, or any protein that could possibly knock you out of ketosis. So this is a good way to start. That's the stuff I use. You can find it on Amazon. The name of it's Perfect Keto Vanilla MCT Oil Powder. They make other MCT oil supplements as well, MCT supplements to go for keto. You can also just get plain MCT oil from your local GNC. You can also go to a company called Onnit, which I think is partially owned by Joe Rogan and a couple other guys, and they make a lot of keto supplements. Their MCT oil is more of a liquid, but they make a dairy creamer for coffee. They have different flavors. I've had their vanilla, and I know people love pumpkin spice this time of year, since it is the fall, and they do have a pumpkin spice one. I prefer the pumpkin spice one over the vanilla. It was kind of harsh on my throat a little bit. This powder is not at all, so you don't have to worry about the harshness of the oil in your throat. But it is a great supplement to use on keto. It'll help boost your ketones and get you on a quick start and a fast track to ketosis, so you can start your weight loss journey. I've been on mine for 7 months, and I've lost a total of 132 pounds, I believe, which is unbelievable. It just comes off so quick, and I feel 100 times better than I ever have before. But start off with this MCT oil. Do it. MCT oil powder, Perfect Keto. It works wonders, trust me. All right, I'll hit you guys up with another video later on. We'll discuss more about keto, like foods and some recipes that you can use for dinner, and what to eat for breakfast and snacks and whatnot, and the do's and don'ts of keto. All right, peace guys, see you.